My husband, 37M, told me he doesn't like this version of me, 34F, after having our son. Hey all, thanks for being here. I really need some ears on this. My husband and I had a baby 15 months ago. Married 2 years. Dated 5 total. And I experienced pretty severe postpartum OCD and anxiety. I also have depression and ADHD. So, admittedly, I am quite a lot and very difficult to navigate at times. I'm transparent about my mental health and my struggles, and am open about discussing it. Getting help, therapist, and starting new meds. Lexapro. I am in a much different place than I was when our son was born. I was having about 10 intrusive thoughts a day regarding my son being brutally injured, never by me. But weird thoughts like a semi-truck crashing into the house or a forklift going rogue at Costco, etc., etc. Those have stopped, and I'm much better during travel. I've agreed to over 6 vacations in his first year. So 14 plus flights and a month in Israel and week in Europe. US based. I say this all to advocate for myself and how far I've come. Anyway, tonight my husband finally told me why he's been resenting me so much. I am a huge energy person and I feel the slightest shift. And his has been off with me for so long. He just told me, and I simply cannot imagine being okay after this. He said that he misses the person I used to be. The person he fell in love with, and that he wouldn't have chosen this version of me for a partner. He said he wants me to be flexible with everything and agree to any and all plans, basically to be a yes girl with zero questions or concern. I did used to be a yes person, but I learned through therapy it was often to provide dopamine ASAP, without thinking about the consequences. Is this what the end of a relationship looks like? Is this 2 people growing apart? OMG. You've taken 6 vacations in the first year of your baby's life, and that's not good enough for your husband? He is complaining that you are not flexible enough? And you need to agree to any and all plans? WTF? What freaking planet is he living on? You just had a baby. Your body needs to heal, and you both need to adjust to being parents. And guess what? Babies need routines and structure. I hate the way you automatically assume that you are the problem. Yes, you are struggling with depression, OCD and ADHD, but you are seeing a therapist and trying to deal with it. Your husband sounds like a selfish who is completely unsupportive and unwilling to acknowledge the changes that happen when you become parents. I'm so sorry. You deserve better. Being a yes girl for any and everything goes out the window when you have a child. You can't just shift plans at the drop of a hat anymore. Little ones need structure and routines. Your husband needs to understand this. Wow, I can't get over going on 6 vacations, 1 in only a year and 2 with a 1-year-old. After the first trip you may change your mind about the others. Depending on how helpful your partner and families are, you might want to go on the vacation that you're really looking forward to first, just in case. But you guys should try couples counseling if you're trying to stay together. A lot of couples struggle after having a baby. If he isn't willing to also try, then you should probably consider divorce. It takes 2 ppl to make a relationship work, especially with a baby. He said that he misses the person I used to be, the person he fell in love with, and that he wouldn't have chosen this version of me for a partner. He said he wants me to be flexible with everything and agree to any and all plans, basically to be a yes girl with zero questions or concern. I did used to be a yes person, but I learned through therapy it was often to provide dopamine ASAP, without thinking about the consequences. Is this what the end of a relationship looks like? Is this 2 people growing apart? It's what it looks like when you marry someone who doesn't want you to have a personality or existence outside of him and his wants, needs. No way does someone that confident about being terrible get better. Time to start thinking about divorce. He doesn't want a partner. He wants someone he can control who doesn't have any opinions outside his. The person you used to be? A person who would go with the flow with less responsibilities. What the F did he think being a parent meant? Of course things have changed. You have a whole other child dependent on you keeping a schedule and routine. Are you sure this isn't just about him being selfish and not liking sharing your attention with the child? It come across as incredibly selfish from what you've written. He wants to control you. Sounds like you are getting stronger. And he doesn't like it. A marriage is sharing, not forcing one to do something. So he wanted an accessory to his life? This is him preferring the weaker, unwell version of the strong, healthy woman you are becoming. Marriage counseling, and individual counseling for him. Pronto. I'm assuming you are also in regular maintenance therapy to manage your mental health. Hopefully he can fall in love with who you are. Otherwise, yes, it could signal the end of the romantic relationship. Whatever you do, don't take steps backwards in your mental health journey. Honestly, it sounds like you've become a much healthier person with normal boundaries, needs, and desires, including agency and autonomy. Meanwhile, he just wants someone to unquestioningly do whatever he says. That's not a partnership. That's a master and slave. He wanted cool girl or manic pixie dream girl. It may be time to be gone, girl. He needs to realize there are versions of you. One was the carefree woman who went with the flow. You are a mom now. You can't just drop things and go with the flow with a little one. Life shifts. Priorities change. Having a child can be very hard on relationships. I too felt like you before. I kept telling my partner, you don't like me now that I'm a mom. But I'm not just any mom. I am the mother of your child. My partner suffers from alcoholism. He is sober now. Thank God. Anyways, it was a lot of, we used to go out and have fun. Well, guess what? I don't want to get drunk and then have to care for my son. I want to be present and fresh. My partner has ADHD like you. Wellbutrin is what our therapist recommended to my partner, but he's not come around to medication. Or that he has a mental issue, really. I suggest you guys go to counseling. I recall noir therapist telling my partner who I wanted is different than who I want now. Before I liked having the fun carefree guy, but I am a mom now. I need someone I can depend on and who understands family is first. The coin can be flipped on you. Husband. He's not grown into the husband, father, family man you need him to be. Tell him sorry, this person is here to stay. You are growing as a human being like you are supposed to do. We grow. We change. Tell him to try it, he might be surprised. If he can't accept you. So sad for him. Honey, I miss when you used to be a doormat. Quote, girl, you have a kid now. You can't keep flattening yourself out for your husband to roll right over you. It sounds over. Consider it more self-improvement. You sound like you've come a long way. 6 vacations with a baby? Does he do anything to help with childcare? Maybe this new version is the version that will advocate for yourself and your kid. It's okay to say no. Maybe he's the one who needs to be a better version. Maybe talk to a therapist and lawyer. Info. Who does majority of the childcare? I'm really sorry you're going through this and your husband isn't being supportive. Are you getting proper help for your mental health? I know you have a ton going on with a baby, but is there any room for some couples counseling right now? Could you at least bring your husband to a couple of sessions with your therapist, so your therapist can help talk to him about what his part in your healing needs to look like right now? Honestly, he's being unreasonable. Suggest therapy or counseling because you guys need it. I don't think this is unsalvageable unless he refuses marriage counseling. So he wants you to be the submissive little woman. Never let a man tell you who you should be. So your husband doesn't like that you are taking better care of yourself, advocating for your own well-being, and finding ways to be better as a whole. This is so incredibly sad, and I'm sorry this has happened to you. Don't roll over for this. Now more than ever you need to keep advocating for yourself. If your husband can't handle this, it's his problem and not yours. You're a new mom and his demands are entirely unreasonable. It's worth considering if your life will be better raising your baby with him or without him.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.